Apparently there's a gender war on YouTube. There's a war against black men from black women, and there's a war against black women from black men. And this blogger from one of these black men hating blog sites, I guess she's a soldier as well, because she wrote an article on Rihanna, Drake, and why I don't date nice guys. She was referring to an article on Elite Daily about Drake being a nice guy and Rihanna deciding to date Drake, choosing the nice guy instead of a bad boy like Chris Brown. She said the media is swooning over a good guy, Drake, and the speech he gave at the VMAs. I have nothing against appreciating Drake's speech or his adoration for Rihanna. However, there is something excruciatingly wrong with the nice guy narrative, and I'm just so completely over it. In a nutshell, she's just tired of hearing about the nice guy and the nice guy wanting to be accepted as a nice guy, the nice guy that wanted to be recognized as a nice guy. So she's tired of that. She also wrote, society has come to categorize normal, decent behavior from men as if it is some type of accomplishment that should be awarded. And then if men aren't nice to women, somehow a male's inability to act right becomes women's fault. This enables a vicious culture where men are never culpable and can claim victimhood by declaring themselves unappreciated good guys, and women are blamed for their victimization or mistreatment. So in a nutshell, she's saying that men need to take responsibility on how they treat women, and men need to stop blaming women for the mistreatment from these men. It's ridiculous because nobody is asking any woman to take responsibility for being abused. No man is asking for a woman to take responsibility for being cheated on by these men. What me and a lot of men say is just own up to the fact that you chose this type of guy to be with. You chose the cheater. You chose the abuser. And you chose him because he was a bad boy. And because you chose the bad boy, you avoided the good guy because he's just a normal guy and he shouldn't be recognized as a good guy. He's just a normal guy. I read a meme that says women want a bad boy that's only good to them. You know, it's kind of like saying, hey, I bought this pet rattlesnake and I wanted to bite everyone but me. Is that logical? Now, my thing is, I have a problem with her issue with nice guys. Number one, I consider myself a nice guy. But let me give you an example. Let's just say I meet a beautiful young black woman, the woman of my dreams, and she does everything right. I would say, man, she's a great girl. I know she's doing normal things, according to this blogger, but she's doing all the normal things for me that I love, and she's great at it, and I'm going to make her my wife. Well, according to the writer of this blog, when the person does things the right way, they don't need to be commended. She's just doing what she's supposed to do, right? So with that logic in mind, you shouldn't be impressed by a man who does things right because, hey, you're just doing normal things. Well, apparently it's a lot of normal guys out here that women avoid because they're doing normal things. Now, women in general, not just black women, most women in general will try their hardest to fix a broken man. They'll wait for him to come home from prison. They'll help him get back on his feet. They'll put so much effort into trying to fix a broken man, or dare I say it, a bad boy, a thug. I know one lady personally, I went to school with her, and when her thug boyfriend was locked up in the county jail, she tried to sneak drugs into the jail to get to her boyfriend. They caught her and locked her up, of course. I mean, why would you try to sneak drugs into a jail? But she did it because she was in love with her bad boy. Of course, they caught her and locked her up. So you get my point. But how do you criticize a good dude for being good, but you throw yourself at a bad boy for being bad? But anyway, this same good guy hating blogger, she went on a date with a self-proclaimed good guy. Apparently, she has issues with a good guy who calls himself a good guy, because that's what he did. He kept reminding her that he was a good guy and he was a great catch, and she was going to regret that they weren't together. But anyway, they went on a date. When she sees this guy, he's wearing baggy jeans and a shirt with bleach stains on it, and she said he looked like a scrub. I guess because his parents weren't extra tight skinny jeans, he looked like a scrub. Or maybe he was just out of touch with his fashion, which it could be an easy fix. You know, I love when I'm single now, but if there was a woman in my life, I'd love the fact that we would go shopping and she would pick clothes out that she thinks would look great on me. I love that. I love that. You know, I think women have a great eye for fashion, most women, and I would trust a woman's instinct when it came to clothes that look good on me. So yeah, I would definitely take my potential better half shopping with me to get myself some clothes. So I'm saying that because the issue with this blogger and this guy that she went on a date with the fashion issue, that could have been an easy fix. You know, she could have said, hey, let me take you shopping. Of course, he's going to pay for it all, but you know, let me dress you up. Let me show you my fashion skills. So anyway, the guy made great money. He spent a lot of money on her and her lady friend. And the story goes on and on about the date and all the things that happened, but I'm just going to skip to the last paragraph. And she ends the article by saying that Drake isn't a good guy because he doesn't domestically abuse women like Chris Brown, or because he doesn't let his male ego come in the way of his respect for an incredibly beautiful, talented woman. He's just a normal guy who treats women with respect. It is time we let men stop hiding behind the good guy narrative. A guy who treats women right is just a man, and a guy who doesn't is no man at all. The problem with that last sentence is the guy who doesn't treat women with respect, he's getting all the respect from women. He's getting all the attention from women. And you know, a lot of women, they jump at the chance to be with a criminal or a person who makes a living breaking the law, and a lot of times breaking these women's jaws. I mean, unfortunately, it's a lot of domestic abuse that happens, but I guess as long as they're breaking down the walls, that's all that matters. But of course, you know, a nice guy could do that too. Or should I say a normal guy? Oh, or maybe not. But on the flip side, you got a law-abiding, hard-working man. There's nothing special about him. He's just a man. He's a normal person. There's nothing that separates this man from other men. You know, any woman who thinks like this is just really jacked up.
From day to day, nothing to play with, no jokes, no games, care. For years we've been doing the same from day to day. Stuck in this rat race, no room for last place. For years we've been doing the same from day to day. Ain't nothing to play with, no jokes, no games, care. For years we've been doing the same from day to day. Stuck in this rat race, no room for last place. For years we've been doing the same.